Oh, the palace dragged out robot Kate Middleton to make yet another appearance. Just kidding. To anybody who thought that was real. Of course she's not a robot. She's real. She looks amazing. And Steph, she shaded Harry and Meghan. Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I am Andy Signor, and the Queen is back! All hail Queen Stefania, the Ultra Nerd! Welcome!
Hey up, Andy. Thank you so much for having me back. How have you been getting on?
I just got 100,000 subscribers! Couldn't have done it without you. I as I said, I don't know if you got, I'm sure you've been busy. Steph's been doing stuff. Yes, Steph's around. Steph and I always were talking, but I know you were busy, you didn't get to watch, but I want to say it to your face. I owe you the massivest thanks, because while you thanked me when you got yours, I couldn't have gotten this channel without you. There's no way I would have ever wasted an ounce of energy talking about these bozos, Harry and Meghan, if it hadn't been of your insistence, constantly telling me how terrible they were. And it clearly rubbed off on me. I have fully turned. I am now your apprentice here when it comes to the royal reporting. And we've now gotten to 100,000 subscribers, both of us. Digital high five, Queen. Slay, Queen. Wham. But thank you for real. I couldn't have done it without your support and your approval, because I didn't want to step on your toes. But I love that we've been able to carve out our own little royal, corners of the web, if you will. Yeah. So bravo to you. Congrats to your 100K. Thank you for helping me get to my 100K. The sky's the limit, right?
The sky is not the limit. It's the stars and beyond, as far as I'm concerned. But no, congratulations for your 100,000. It was only a matter of time. I'm so proud of you, my big brother. And I'm so glad you finally came onto the dark side. I remember back in the day, you were like, why, Steph? Why? You just didn't get it until you did. So, yeah, well, really proud of you.
I want to talk, because I haven't had a chance to talk to Steph in a bit, and I want to talk to her, because I know you got thoughts on this. Did she scream? Did she get furious? We're going to go there too, but before we go there, I want to share something she shared with me, which was the fact, let's celebrate positively. We don't always have to talk about those two bozos, right, Steph? Let's celebrate the fact that Kate Middleton is not a robot. My God, she has not been cloned. There were theories, Steph, for the longest time where people bought this. They thought she was some weird cloned robot. Now, I'll admit, in the beginning, I thought something was up. I thought she was not well or something was being hidden. Turns out it was. They were trying to protect her privacy, as they should, given what she's going through and the braveness of what she's now revealed and going through. It's amazing. But yeah, in the beginning, I had some wonders, like, why would you post this weird thing? And so many of the audience got so mad at me for even challenging. But guys, that's what I do. I question everything. I have to. That's what I just can't just believe everything I'm shown. I got to make sure. But anyway, I hope it's now very clear that she's clearly fine. She looks stunning, don't you think? I mean, so healthy and amazingly positive. It's so good to see. I like his stubble too. Look at these two. They're looking like a proper king and queen, prince and princess rather. But Steph, thoughts on her return, and are you glad to see it?
Absolutely glad to see it. I think it's an absolute wonderful appearance by both Princess Catherine and Prince William. Shout out to Prince William with a sexy facial hair. That's definitely been lighting up Twitter over the past 24 hours since this was released. But I'm just waiting for Boozy to turn around and be like, that's Princess Catherine. It's AI. It's a robot. I'm waiting for that. He
really said that, even after she came out and admitted what it was. I even had it. I mean, I very politely had it with Black Belt Barrister, because he was putting out like, look at these birds. It all looks tweaked. And I did a whole video where I was looking into it deeper. I asked Damien, my editor friend out here, who's like a VFX. I humor it all, Steph. I try to. I feel like I have to. Otherwise, I'm not being fair. But no, it was very clear. Maybe there was some production work done to help her. Maybe there are some things to help her, in ways potentially, but it's hard to dispute this one, man. How much longer are these people going to be out there spewing this hate? She's clearly, well, here she is. And I want to share this clip because it features someone else. And Steph shared it with me, and I absolutely agree with her. This is massive shade. But here's this is all previous Great Britain and Olympians and stuff that Kensington Palace put together, and Snoop Dogg, who's royalty everywhere. But here, watch this opening.
From all of us watching at home, congratulations to Team GB.
Well done on all you've achieved. You've been an inspiration to us all.
Hey Team GB, we are so proud of you. Congratulations.
Your performances.
Now, look, there's a lot of other amazing Olympians. No shade here. Bravo to all you. But did you see who they put right after them? It's kind of hard to miss. Talk about studly facial hair. One of the most best-looking athletes in history, Mr. David Beckham. Steph, that wasn't accidental, was it? What do you think?
Oh, hell no. Like I said to you before this video, I'm like, do a video on this, mate. Because to me, it is no accident that straight after the appearance of Princess Catherine and Prince William, that it's edited in that David Beckham follows them straight after. Now, for those that don't know, David Beckham and Victoria Beckham reportedly are now enemies of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. And I think that by getting David Beckham to go straight after him this clip of Princess Catherine and Prince William, knowing that he's reportedly an enemy of Megxie and Hazza, oh, I think that's shade. I think that's shade. I think that's a message to Megxie and Hazza, and a big, massive F you, piss off you cow bags, all the way. And the other thing as well is I think the whole thing is massive shade altogether in terms of the other people that are actually featured in this clip. For those that don't know, the majority of the people that are featured in this clip are prominent and very much celebrated athletes, Olympians, and sportsmen women. And this is the thing, right? I think Megxie and Hazza would kill to have even just one of these people to come onto their side and promote and elevate the Invictus Games. But that's just not happening. They're all picking a side, and they're picking wisely. Princess Catherine and Prince William.
Yeah, it's very telling. I mean, it's very telling. And granted, the Olympics is huge. As London hosts the games, you got to pull all the stops out. But still, yeah, they don't have this kind of Rolodex. They don't to pull this off. Snoop Dogg's not showing up for a Meghan Harry shindig. There's no way. But it's hard to not see that as shade. And good on him. Good on him, because look, as you've taught me well, Jedi Master of the royal arts,
Yes,
these two are despicable. They're despicable. They're constantly out there making it about themselves, constantly victimizing themselves, constantly throwing more threats out there to potentially let it keep going. It's not over. My God, these two can't stop. And so, look, yes, shade, but while I have you, I thought, let's take a minute. Here's my biggest thing, and I got a lot of you watched the last video, and I thought to really have this debate. Here's where I'm confused, right? This idea that she was screaming at the interview, right? I totally can buy it. But the screaming at the end implies that she wasn't in control of the question, which a lot of people are also saying, oh, well, she screamed because she didn't see it coming. Which is it? Is she unaware of the questions and flipping out like or is she unaware and then flipping out? Or I guess, is there that middle ground where she's absolutely aware, but she's flipping out to save face? Is that the way that both parties win? Where do you stand on this debate, Steph?
So I've found some new information over the weekend. And again, it's all opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. And
I'll do the hard plug. There it is. Find it on Steph the Alter Nerd. Make sure you subscribe. She's now 25,000 subscribers more than me. It is now a battle, Steph. But yes, go subscribe.
Thank you. But where my head is at now, and I'm trying to get more information about it, is that Meghan and Prince Harry are control freaks. Control freaks on absolutely everything, reportedly. It's their way or the highway. They have PR crews, this, that, and the other, and they don't really listen to them, even though they're paid to follow their advice, right? So for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to go into an interview and not have those questions pre-approved Doesn't make sense to me. What now makes a lot more sense to me is that the question was pre-approved and Megsy still flipped out and shouted at the producers. Why? A pure manipulation tactic to Prince Harry. Because it's been rumored that she is faking the unaliving ideations, that she never thought that she wanted to unalive herself, that she only said it back in the day to manipulate Prince Harry, this, that, and the other. And her shouting at the producer for that particular question, asking about her unaliving ideations, is just a further kind of step for Meghan to allegedly continue to manipulate Prince Harry over the allegation, the whatever, unaliving ideations.
It's a good theory. And again, it's something we're going to be, obviously both channels will be getting more in depth on is she being honest? I mean, we know she's not honest. We know she's not honest, but particularly about this one. And it's a tough one, Steph, because look, I never want to be out there saying that someone isn't feeling depressed or whatever. So it's tough because I don't want us to look like bullies. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of stuff has come in and a lot of reports and things she's done after the alleged incidents and things, as Sidley twins and others were educating me on that. It's just, yeah, there's a lot of reasons why we don't believe her. Not just because we hate Meghan and we're being selfish bullies. There's a lot of reasons why we don't trust this. And yes, she's very manipulative. So it's interesting. As I was saying, well, it's one or the other. Then there was I was really like, well, I guess it could be both. She could be that manipulative where, yes, she approved the question, but she's got to act like she didn't to save face, to, amp this all up even further. But again, that goes against this idea of if she did lie about it, why would she approve the question and want this to come up again, is where I'm still a little torn, because it is forcing us to adjust. And I think more and more people are starting to see, wait a second, was she? This didn't help her at the end of the day, in my opinion. So control or not, it was a bad move. Would you disagree?
It was an absolute bad move. And I think she approved the question essentially to further the whole victim narrative that she just will not let go of. It was in this same particular segment where she turned around and she said that she hasn't even scratched the surface when it comes to her time with the royal family, which to me is an absolute threat, saying, I'm not done with you. I've got more shiz that I'm fling your way. And her furthering this whole unaliving ideation narrative is her still trying to manipulate her image in the media to try and show that she is Princess Diana 2.0. Here's the royal family now treating another person just like Princess Diana. So yeah, it totally makes sense that she would approve this question, but then try and manipulate it with Prince Harry by shouting at the producers, being like, oh, you've upset me because you've asked about this and it's triggered me, blah, 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 to, manipulate Prince Harry and further this whole agenda that she's Princess Diana 2.0. Do I believe that she's had unaliving ideations? I will firmly come out. I've done it before and I'll do it again. Hell no. I don't believe it. When you watch that interview at CBS and you pause it, she's freaking smiling. She's grinning. Now, I have unfortunately suffered from unaliving ideations in the past. And when I talk about it, I'm not smiling. I stutter, I'm uncomfortable. It is what it is. I'm an open book, right? But I'm not freaking smiling about it. It's nothing to smile about. But her kind of facial expressions as she's answering this question at the CBS interview is chilling to the bone. It's scary. And I'm just like, dude, she's more scary than I even thought.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't disagree. It was a weird look. At the same time, to be fair, as we say, any actual victims, some people handle things differently. Awkward laughters and things can happen. But it was Sue actually on our stream who I think said it best. this whole idea of, yeah, usually if you really are thinking about suicidal ideation, she would learn from her own time as, you know, she worked in hospitals and stuff. You know, they taught her, it's like, look, the people who really believe that follow through on it, right? And they have, you see it. The other ones are just cries for help. And I do think she was crying for help. I'm not going to doubt maybe she was depressed. Maybe she had these moments. Maybe she was feeling underwater and cried for help. But I agree, she's lifted this up so high and made herself this poster child for suicidal ideation, where I just think she needs to be careful. It's not right. And it's much more complicated. And exactly, if this is something she's going to own and like finally recover and be healthy from, you can't just say you've just scratched the surface all these years later and still be, and it's just, to me, she's doing disservice. She should be more educated and more prepared and ready to talk about it if you're going to talk about such a thing, and not be so callous and on a whim and surprise. It's like, girl, how do you not know that question is not going to come up? It's literally a charity about people who've lost kids to suicide ideation. Oh, but wait, it's such a leap for Jane Pauley to go there? She looks so dumb and manipulative, and that's my problem. So that's why I get frustrated, because it's harder to believe when she's out there playing such silly game stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's frustrating. I want you guys to go support. We could talk here forever, but we're going to do it in the next video, and we'll do it over there. We're already so late on this video. That's what happens when Steph and I just talk. But we'll do it again soon. Make sure you subscribe. I got to come over to Steph's channel one of these days now that you're a baller in this space. I need your sub, Steph. So when are you going to invite me over on Steph the Altar Nerd? You'll see me over there at some point. Hit subscribe, hit the bell. Make sure you do it. Do it here as well. She's a top dog now. I told you she was going to surpass me. I always knew it. Hit the bells, hit the like, leave a comment, go support her. She's the best. Queen Stefania, I bow to you and all of your royal knowledge. Yeah, we are aligned more on this than I ever thought we would be. Yes, that was absolutely shade by David Beckham. Good on you, William. I love that it's the slyest, most respectful, petty disses that those two do. It's so glad. Take notes, people. That is how you shade. That is how you shade. Stay tuned for more. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back with you soon. Bye, everybody.